Leonardo da Vinci is one of history's most prominent artists. He painted one of the most popular pieces of art known to man, The Last Supper. According to bibliotecariatis.net, it's a big word, Da Vinci was employed by an aristocrat by the name of Ludovico Sforza. The Church of Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan, Italy, requested for the work, and Ludovico, the Duke of Milan, commissioned by Da Vinci to paint the piece. Da Vinci studied the four Gospels thoroughly before starting the painting. His grouping of the apostles in four groups of three showed his symbolic expression of the four Gospels and the Trinity of the Bible. The technique used was the single center point to always bring the viewer's attention back to the center of the work, the face of Jesus. It is also the first time that a painter used identifiable emotional expression of the faces of the disciples. Sean Campbell from DaVinciLife.com notes that Da Vinci cleverly divided the 12 disciples into groups of three. AboutEducation.com lists the disciples in their group, looking across the pictures from left to right. Bartholomew, James Minor, and Andrew form a group of three. All are upset. Andrew to the point of holding his hands up in a stop gesture. Judas, Peter, and John form the next group of three. Judas, you can see that his face in shadow and is clutching a small bag of silver. Peter is visibly angry, and a feminine-looking John seems about to faint. Christ is the calm in the center of the storm. Thomas, James Major, and Philip are next. Thomas is clearly agitated. James Major stunned, and Philip seems to be seeking some kind of clarification. Matthew, Thaddeus, and Simon comprise the last group of three figures. It appears that when a situation turns ugly, Simon is the go-to guy for explanations. Another remarkable achievement for Da Vinci was to make his painting appear to be an extension of a refectory, a room used for eating by the priests of the monastery. According to ItalianRenaissance.org, this was fitting because the painting was basically about eating. The ItalianRenaissance.org noted that Da Vinci strayed from the normal tempera painting media used in this time period to use a dry plaster. This allowed to achieve a more varied palette and have more oil painting type of finish, but ultimately was not a very good choice. It started to flake off, almost immediately. Experts have been trying to restore it ever since, basically. Many people who have studied the painting was wondering that what Jesus did or not have any feet. This was not done by Da Vinci, instead by an unnamed person who was to put another door into the refectory. This beautiful painting was an astounding 15 by 29 feet, covering almost the entire wall. He put the door in what was the only logical place in his mind, the center of the wall, which just happened to be where Jesus' feet were. Ever since the paint was commissioned, it has become one of the most widely used images in the Christian faith. People view it as a telling story of how Jesus commissioned the way Christians should hold communion. It also commemorates the fact that Jesus washed the disciples' feet, showing that everyone is equal in God's eyes. It is the last time that Jesus was seen calm and at peace before being betrayed. Are there any questions?
Yes. Okay, so why did Da Vinci change to painting on dry plaster instead of the normal way of painting a Walmart house?
Okay. Well, see, Da Vinci, he was usually a very precise painter, and the original way using tempera on wet plaster had the painter having to paint fast.
Uh, uh, well, how long did it take him to finish the painting?
Well, see, he started painting it in 1495, and it was finished the year of 1499. So it took about 4 years. It took a while.
Okay.
Okay. Um, why was Da Vinci so eager to paint this for this Ludovico Sforza?
Um, Leonardo was employed by Sforza for 18 years. It was during this time that the painting was ordered to be painted. Plus, Da Vinci was going to be paid pretty well for it. So, I mean, there's that reason too.
So why was the painting so large?
Well, let's see. Mural paintings of that time, they usually covered a large canvas or area, basically, like a wall or some large structure. So it was just that time period that it was normal for them to have such a huge painting and elaborate.